Bon dia, good morning. I am up nice and early to work on the garden because it's a bit of a mess. We've actually just been away for 2 weeks. I'll tell you more about that later. And I'm really happy that the garden has survived. We had an automated water system on and that's worked. There's some things to harvest, some things aren't doing so well, but there's a few weeds growing as well. So I'm gonna get in and see what's going on. My courgettes have lots of flowers and no courgettes. I was expecting to come back to at least one huge marrow, but no, not even a tiny courgette. I've got Joao, our black cat, with me, being a bit crazy. The cats are very happy we're home. I'm so happy we're home. I love this place so much. It felt so good to come back to. So I'll show you what's going on. First very big success is this squash. I think it's a flat white pumpkin. It's getting huge, and in the last video I asked when do I know when to harvest it, and someone said when the stem goes woody, so it's still green, so I'll leave it to keep getting enormous. I also couldn't get the water system to work in this part of the garden, so I think we might have lost this cherry tree. Sometimes they come back, but yeah, but I couldn't water this raised bed and it's absolutely thriving. I can't actually believe how good it is. It's tomatoes, cucumbers and some padron peppers, and the tomatoes have so many flowers on. The cucumbers are putting out. I think just this raised bed system, I mulched it a lot with wood chip as well. It's amazing. So happy. Definitely thought this would be dead. This is a Jerusalem artichoke, which is part of the sunflower family. It is so tall. There's no flowers yet. But yeah, never grown something so big. One of my favourite things about sunflowers is that These are all tiny little flowers inside of it, where the seeds are developing. It's so beautiful. The birds will enjoy those. Oh, I'm just having a quick tea break. It is 8 o'clock and it's already starting to get a bit warm, so got changed. We added some new things to our merch shop. I redesigned our logo. Frankie's got a sock and Diogo has a flower. But yeah, they're in our shop. We picked up the samples when we got home yesterday. I'm really happy with them. And this one too. And anyway, I'll put the link in the description if you want to go look. Our little t-shirt shop. Iwan is still in bed. We've just done 3 days of driving, like 8-hour days, and he did all of the driving. I really don't like driving, and I'm on standby for if he gets too tired or needs a break, but he's done it all, so I've told him to stay in bed as long as he likes today, because I'll just be in the garden anyway. Are you happy to be home and running and free and not stuck in a car? Yes, yes, yes. What? Cats. This is a walking onion. So big. So the Egyptian walking onions. So I leave these to become onions. This one to eat. So the well water has dropped is my submersible pump, and the little red bit is the float which turns it on, and that needs to be a bit more below the surface, so I'm going to see if I can drop it a bit lower. In the last video I was putting a filter on the hose pipe and it didn't leave as much as I thought I had, so it needs a bit more. There's a bee or something in here. Oh, a wasp's nest, whoops. Sorry guys, I'm going. Going to be happy with me. Okay, that's good. So I wouldn't normally water this late in the day at this time of year, but the soil is really dry. I think the sprinkler must not have really reached to here, so I'm just going to do a bit of flood irrigation and soak this bed. We have a few random rogue potatoes in the paths. I think because I've moved the beds around, I must have grown potatoes here one year and not pulled them up, so I think I am going to pull them up now. Where's my hurry? Just a few nice little ones. They'll be nice for lunch. Well, it is time to plant potatoes for if you want to try and get some for Christmas. So I might actually replant this plant and see if it does anything. Just not in the path. These two are sprouting. So I'm going to plant these somewhere else and see what happens. And in the path here. I hate this couch grass. Most of my lettuce are going to seed, so I'm just going to let them. Food for all the creatures. I think I did just hear Iwan getting up, and there has been a bit of a grape disaster. So I'll let him tell you about that. And he's had a coffee. It's quite shocking. Don't know what's happened. Don't think we're going to be making wine this year though. I think I'll put these potato plants in here and see what happens. Whether they're just going to be too hot, I don't know. But courgette's just putting all its energy into leaves. Why are you not making any fruit? Ah, there is one. Ha ha ha. I see you, Mr. Courgette. There's some of these yellow. Oh, sorry, Joao. Sorry. Tiny round courgette growing. I think it might have just been having trouble getting fertilised. There's not many flowers here. Okay, it's getting warm, but I just wanted to get some of this huge grass out of the corn bed.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you again. It's been a few weeks. It's actually been longer than a few weeks since we last spoke. So we got back last night. Very, very glad to be back. 3 8-hour driving days is never too much fun. Although you guys from America are probably used to that sort of stuff. But yeah, an 8-hour day is a big drive for us. Anyway, so back home, back on the homestead, and it feels great to be back. Weather is stunning, as always this time of year. We actually missed 2 days of rain. It's never rained in July before. We missed it. Yeah, fun. So, just been around to check on the grapes, and it is not looking good. Put some shots up now. But yeah, it's not looking hopeful for making wine this year. I've not really got any idea what we did that was different. It's not good. So yeah, one of the reasons we went away was that my dad had bought us tickets for the Formula One Grand Prix in Belgium, in Spa-Francorchamps, which is quite an iconic track. If any of you are F1 fans, I'm sure you'll know. Yeah, it was quite something. We're kind of like a whole family of F1 nuts, really. So yeah, it was really nice to spend some time with my dad's sister and her partner. We got pretty much away with the weather. We had a bit of drizzle on the Saturday. That was all good. Made for some exciting racing. I'll stick some footage up. It's definitely a bit off-brand for Frankie off-grid. So I'll stick it right at the end, and just in case any of you don't appreciate loud noises.
So I'm just hiding in this more shaded part of the garden. We have a nice big olive tree here. this bit is absolutely thriving with our automated water. Water is life. The garden is very happy. One of the other reasons we went away for 2 weeks was for my grandmother's funeral, so I had to go back to the UK. But yeah, it's not fun, but it was super nice to see all my family. And yeah, I'm really happy to be back in the garden because my grandmother was a very keen gardener. She actually won a lot of awards for her garden, so it's nice to feel connected to her being here. But yeah, our videos have been a little bit sporadic the last month because there's been a lot going on, but yeah, we're really happy to be back. I also really wanted to say a huge thank you to our friend and neighbour Janine for looking after the cats and chickens whilst we were away. We usually take the chickens to stay with Nick and Andrea with their flock. They always look after them for us, but because we've had this mite issue, I didn't want to introduce that into their flock, so that was a little bit stressful, but we managed to set up with the automated water an automated water system, and we put our Reolink security camera in there so that we could keep an eye on everything, and then our neighbour Janine would pop over to top up the water and the food. And yeah, we were super grateful for that because we weren't planning to be away for quite so long. Luckily the funeral ended up being the weekend before Iwan was going to Belgium. Anyway, so we were able to tie it all in, but it did mean we were away for quite a while. So she also looked after the cats. And the funny story with the cats is that we have an automated cat feeder, which works great for the 3 of them, and then just sort of every 4 days that needs topping up. So Janine would come and do that when she came to do the chickens. But there's this big ginger cat that is living around here and comes at night to take the food. We had the camera on the cat food as well, so we could see him. And when there wasn't once the automator hadn't released any food, he like broke into it, basically broke it. And we sent Janine a video showing what had happened, and she was like, "That's my cat. He's been missing for 5 months." Quite a funny story. We're trying to find a way to catch him now so that she can take him back. It's kind of nice that in her helping us out, we found her cat. But yeah, the cats are so happy to be back. I really hate leaving them, but I think they're happiest just being left on the land where they feel most comfortable. And again, the cameras have really helped with us being able to keep an eye on things. This isn't an ad for the cameras, they just have been really helpful whilst we've been away, and I hate leaving the land, and it's nice to know that everything's safe. But yes, there's a lot to do now we're back. The spiders have taken over the cabin. There's a big spider that's built a nest just above the door, so I'm gonna get Iwan to take that out, and the bathroom is full of webs as well. So that's the job for today. But yeah, we'll leave you there because it is actually Friday today, so we need to get this video together for you guys, and yeah, hopefully we'll back to some more regular, normal Frankie off-grid life. I'm looking forward to the normality. It's going to be really hot. August is looking scorching, but yeah, it's so good to be home. Iwan took some footage of the Formula One, so for any of you that are interested and love that, I think he was so happy to get to experience it. So yeah, he did some recording, and it's a very complete contrast to our normal type of content. I didn't go. I don't like loud noises and crowds, so me and the dogs just stayed back and relaxed. If you like loud cars, then yeah, there's some footage of that at the end, and we'll see you next weekend for back to farm life. But yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for sticking with us through July. It's been a funny month, but yeah, bye.
Hamilton is onderweg. En de zwart-wit op de terug. Kwalificatie. Kijken we naar de monitor.
5, Zeit um einen Platz auf 6. Verstappen bislang mit der besten Verbesserung von 8 von 11 Entschuldigung, auf 8. Allerdings reicht es noch nicht ganz. Bottas hat einen Pass gut gemacht und zu
van Russell. Dat is, dames en heren, allemaal nog speelbaar in 1 ronde. Laatste maal afdalen richting Rouge.
Seconde pour final absolument éblouissant. Va-t-il être héroïque jusque dans le dernier freinage, le dernier virage, la chicane de stop. Le 5 devant Lewis Hamilton et Oscar Piastri.
Krijgen ze nog niet uitgesproken bij elkaar, dames en heren, zodat dik zaten bij elkaar.
So the only bit of talking I'll do this whole video, but we're about to tick a major bucket list and we're going to walk on Eau Rouge. There's a lot of people there.
Anyway, race with 3 cars at 21.46 is fighting in the grid, so how far was it today to 1
Ciao, we staan. Op 1.